First of all, I want to say that historically, Black women has never been protected, whether it's them being in the limelight doing something positive or negative. Just the history of America, period. We've never been protected. Um, Even us being the most we're making the most money, we're the most educated, we're still getting these negative notions when it comes to us, whether it's dressing a little bit prerogative or whatnot. It's just kind of like what makes a Black woman not deserving of protection because what she has on, it makes no sense to me. I just feel like we live in a world where uh we live in a world where it's just like everybody is expecting somebody to be somebody else. And instead of allowing people to be themselves, right? We place these expectations on the next person. I do believe that there's a way to conduct yourself, but then it's there comes a point where it's just kind of like you fall in the matrix of doing what let me see, other cultures or races of people do when it comes to your own Black sister, the same woman that may look like you. There's no woman, no human being of any type of race that has not had what I call a whole phase in their life, whether they want to sit here and admit it or not. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like um, it, it comes a point in time where you are mature enough and you're understanding enough to be a compassion to be compassionate and have compassion for people like that instead of looking down on them. I still do believe that they deserve to be protected. Sometimes you might not do better because you don't know better, and then a lot of times those type of women they um they lead with a lot of hurt, right? So they don't know how to operate outside of showing their body. So they may kind of like just lead with prerogative energy and not know how to channel that into something different or to move differently. So I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Okay. What am what?
I think one of the most ways you could say women are protected is through like the sexualization and monetization of their sexualization, right? Would we agree on that? Would y'all agree on that? The largest group of porn actresses in America are white women. Like I kind of remember back in the 90s, Black women didn't even like suck dick as a rule of thumb. It kind of was like, I'm not. I don't know if I'm old enough to remember that, but it was a time when Black women was like, "Nah, I'm not even giving nobody no head." That was a moment, and I like in college, like shit, white girls was going, and the Black women you was gonna have to probably do a little something, at least go on a date or something before you crack. The white ones gonna go that same day. So I don't know. I feel like if we talking in a context of like the sexualization, I think that one, Black women do themselves a disservice by not admonishing the women that's extremely overtly sexual if they feel that that's a form of not being protected to be yes queen and co-signing with gay men when anything extra sexual goes on. If you don't distance yourself like Coco was saying, then you the one that's putting yourself in a line of fire. You know what I'm saying? The most protective thing that a Black woman could do is get up under a man or the man in her family and listen to the shit they saying. Like if they tell you don't wear them little ass shorts outside, don't wear the shorts. They're not saying it because they want to be a misogynistic patriarch. No, it's some creeps out here, some niggas that do a lot. It's some people, not you know what I'm saying, that do a whole lot of reckless, wild shit to women. And I want to make sure you say, in order for me to protect you, you got to be able to listen to the shit I'm saying to you. I can't protect somebody. I tell, hey, don't cross the street. They shooting over there, and your ass say, nigga, you can't tell me nothing. I'm crossing the street, and you get shot. Then what you want me to say? Don't cry about being unprotected while you dying on the street. So I told your ass, don't walk across that street. It's a simple equation. You know what I'm saying? So the proportionality to protection is directly related to malleability and ability to listen to the men who are trying to protect you in your life, and women to that extent. So if people don't feel protected on an individual basis, you should inwardly look and say, hey, the people that should be protecting me, why aren't they? Or why is this? Where is the disconnect at? Because maybe I'm separating myself and saying I don't need this protection. You know what I'm saying? Security only work when you listen to the security. Security can have a whole big ass plan and lock a whole area down. You walk outside there and say, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm safe, and something happened to you. You can't then point at security and say, hey, y'all didn't protect me. We set up a parameter, we had a metal detector, and your ass snuck away and got kidnapped. That's on you, fam. But in regards to the image, yeah, the way it's promoted make Black women seem extremely overly sexualized. And to be fair, the largest point actors, like I said, is white women. So there's that.
Okay. Go ahead, Shan.
I mean, what can I say? You know, I wish we had a subculture in Black. Like, I wish we had different groups of Black that we can define. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just so tired of us all being clumped together. You know, people I see every day, they're clothed. It's for whatever reason we focus on the naked ones. When I go into a store, when I go out in public, I see people who have clothes on. When I look at the internet, I see the chick who doesn't have clothes on. She's not the norm, okay? But we tend to focus on the minority, and we talk about it over. We talk about it. Nobody else talks about it. We talk about it all the time. We do it to ourselves. So that's the part I have a problem with. We know that's not the majority, but yet we talk about it all the time. It's just like, for what? If y'all go outside and y'all see nothing but hoes, get that neighborhood. You're in the wrong neighborhood. Because when I walk outside, I see Black people going to work, doing the right thing, acting right, dressed appropriately. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But you're right. On the internet, it gives a different picture. I mean, if you go into certain parts of town or you go out at certain times of night, yeah, you're going to see naked people of all races, not just Black women. And I will agree that sometimes Black women, don't know how to act loud. There are things about Black women that we need to get in check, right? But for me, when I walk outside, I don't see that all the time. It's not the great majority to me. Sure. It's a minority of people that we just keep on focusing on. All we talk about every week, every single week. Maybe if we stop focusing on stuff, giving them attention, they'll do the opposite. People like attention.
Shan, real quick. And you're absolutely right. The funny thing is the reason why this is even a conversation, because the ones that are it is the hoes that are complaining about not being protected. That whole panel up there that we just watched, that whole panel was just all talking about how they were all either coming out of a hoe phase, was in a hoe phase. They don't mind being overly sexualized, but then they complain about being protected. You're absolutely right. You want to know what else I don't hear when I go outside with regular women outside? I also don't hear regular women complaining about not being protected.